you warm for that? My dad. My dad is a quiet, mild-mannered, relaxed, laid-back dad. He had been a pastor for 20 years in the Philippines, so those of you who are after kids, you know him. He usually thinks more on the present. One time, they had a big meeting, convention meeting about the Feast of Tabernacles, if you some of you know that. And all the leaders came and they began discussing all stuff. And then they were worried because, where will people stay, the finances and everything, the scheduling. And then suddenly, about an hour, they couldn't, they had a problem, and they were really have a big problem, don't know how to solve it. And they looked at my dad, who was thinking very seriously. They asked him, "What do you think?" "Well, I'm thinking what to order for lunch." It's already 11 o'clock, we have to order lunch so that it will be, exact. And all the leaders kind of laughed and said, "Yeah, because if we don't order lunch, we can't think. And what else? We'll just go around in circles." And true enough, they ordered lunch, they had a laugh. And after the afternoon, problem solved. The leaders, the idea came up. He's not a warrior. He's rather a listener than a thinker. And there may be a downside to this because, he's more in the present. There was a time when there was an earthquake, a big earthquake in Baguio City. And as kids and my mom, of course, if you know my mom, she would be the exact opposite. We were running around and scared. And then later, she noticed my dad standing and holding the pillars. "Honey," she said, "there's an earthquake. Why are you standing and holding the pillars?" "I'm making sure it's really an earthquake, and I want us to make sure that, it won't fall on you. That's why I'm trying to hold the pillars. And all we are, covered under the table. And you don't understand the significance of, I think we're safe," something like that. Anyway. But one thing I admire from my dad is he doesn't get offended. And I always play pranks on him. He loves his beer. He takes beer in the lunchtime, sometimes dinner. And we have a dark brown glass. One time, as he was taking his beer, he said, "Ezer, get your beer. Get my beer, please." "Okay, Dad." I got the glass, put some water, put some soy sauce. Gave it to him. And he was eating and put some ice and he drank it. "What's this?" And I laughed and, he won't get mad, he won't chastise me. He just gets kind of, Ezer. And sometimes I hide his slippers. If you're in the tropical areas, if you put the slippers far away from the house, you have to walk barefoot on the cement. Boy, how hot it is, right? So it's like him. I'd love to see him angry or anxious or really frustrated, but no, he's just mild-mannered and content and stable. One time, he's not adventurous. One time, the ministers, they went horseback riding. And he was, according to the story, one of the pastors said, they were all, riding along, and then somebody tried to make him anxious or tried to make him scared. Somebody really packed the horse where my dad was sitting, and the horse galloped and ran, and he was like, and they said, "I saw men," my dad said, "I saw men, hugging for dear life, like, and the horse ran. It was on the hillside, ran like 1 or 2 miles. And then they laughed about it. But even though they laughed about it, he doesn't get frustrated. He kind of thinks, he doesn't have this idea of people getting at him. He isn't suspicious. He doesn't think of evil of people, even though they play jokes on him. And that's why I played pranks on him when I was a kid. Oh, yes, and whenever I had the driving, see, if I am a prankster, the microphone plays pranks too. Anyway. So, when I was driving, I was learning how to drive, he likes to take his nap sometimes when, we have a long drive, like 1 hour or 2 hour drive. And so he wouldn't relax and sleep at my side. I would say to him, Dad, I'm driving, and then if I see him dozing off to sleep, he's relaxed. And I was kidding, Dad, I'm driving. Remember, we have 2 destinations, heaven or hell, okay? And so he would wake up and say, don't say that. Yes, either you see Satan or Jesus Christ when you wake up. So, and so, he couldn't, so just to wake him up and, just to tease him. One time, this was an accident, one time, we were going home, we have a pickup truck. But remember, in the Philippines, the pickup trucks are covered, so there's like a roof. We were bringing home water, big jugs of water. As we parked, our home was on a hilly side. The gate was open, but we always make a left turn to what you call this, go to our gate. But right opposite is a downhill slope of about half a mile. Okay, so our vehicle was parked like this slant, and we coming from the side and park it right there. But on the right, exactly opposite it is a downhill road. The road goes left downhill, and we are parked going right, like a half a mile down the hill. And I was driving, and he got the water at the back. Then I was thirsty, and so I parked the car. Remember, this is a manual car. I put it in neutral. Remember, it's incline, neutral. And I put in the handbrake. I said, okay, it's fine. So I went home.
Oh, no.
When I went out, the vehicle was gone. And lo and behold, my dad was down the hill. The vehicle, turns out that the handbrake didn't work, and it, little by little slid like half a mile down the road. Luckily, there were no vehicles, and there were no people around, and he was inside, carrying this jug and trying to, and what happened? And I was so scared at the time because I might get grounded, I might get, But then later, he told the story. He said, I went inside the back of the truck, carrying these jugs. Oh, by the way, he has a funny way of saying it. And as I was going down, I saw the hill downstairs and the road downstairs. I started moving. And he said, you know what, I was trying to balance, and I thought it's another earthquake. And he tried to, balance, and then suddenly, it was going down straight, and he didn't know what to say, but he just said, no, I have to stand because if he sits, he might hit. And he said, you know what, or didn't pass me, he just prayed, hopefully I won't get hurt. He got some scratches, and probably he was limp for a day or two. But then, miraculously, the water was safe, nobody got hurt. The pickup truck had a small dent at the back. But then, I was amazed because he told it lightly. He said, you know what, I was able to survive it, and it's fine. And he said to me, I know it's not intentional. And so that was relief, for me. But then, words stuck to my mind. As I played this, there was a time when, as a kid, he had this cassette player where he plays music. If you guys know these cassette players. And when I was a small kid, I don't know what I did, but I poured water on the antenna or something, on the hose of the screws. And of course, when he plugged it in, there's a the cassette burned. And he said, why are you so mischievous? But then he said to me, I know you, son. Whatever you do, I still love you. I know you, son. Whatever you do, I still love you. And that just, after I heard that, I stopped my pranks. I couldn't tease him anymore, it's useless. He would just, he still loves me. He doesn't really, what I want to, my intention is to make him maybe anxious, make him, feel something else, but yeah. And then I asked him, Dad, what were you when you were like, when you were smoking? Oh, well, I was also like a young prankster like you. But I'll tell you some stories. Well, he said one story he had was, in the old days, there was this, think of it as a dollar bill or a peso coin, and they stick a clear line, like from the fisherman's clear string, very clear string. And in their area, in the city, there are a lot of, elderly folks who, kind of walk very slowly, and they leave this paper bill in the street. And with the string so clear that you can see, and they hide in the corner. And when this elderly, see the string of the bill, they'll get it, and then they'll pull it. And then the old lady will try to catch it, and they'll pull it, and then they giggle, and then, as it tries to get the bill, they'll pull it, and then they'll realize, oh, you're playing with us, you're playing us. So, those were the, what you call this, pranks he had. So, my dad is easy to be with. He loves his food. If you want him to be happy, just give him coffee, beer, and some food. And he is easy to be with. And although all the jokes I played on him and all the pranks I played on him, I realized the lesson is, he always says to me, I know you, son. Whatever you do, I still love you. And those three words stick. I know you, son. Whatever you do, I still love you.